Okay, picture this. Red neon flashing everywhere. You hear the deafening, rhythmic blare of warning sirens just echoing through this cramped, dark room. The air literally smells like ozone and burnt copper. And there's Amir, a 25-year-old street hacker, just staring in absolute paralyzing horror as his high-end cyber deck actively crashes. We're talking total system failure. A self-replicating virus is eating his entire life's work, years of grueling syntax and custom architecture right in front of his eyes. Welcome to this explainer, where we're going to break down the anatomy of a complete system override and understand exactly how this catastrophic disaster even started.
Okay, let's dive into this. What actually happens when your shortcuts become a virus that eats your dreams? Just imagine it for a second. Your dream of taking down massive megacorps, right? You want the wealth, the respect, the absolute legendary status on the neon grid. But when it actually comes time to write the code, compile the syntax, and do the heavy lifting, you find yourself constantly putting it off. Your default response to doing the actual work is just one highly dangerous word: tomorrow.
Section 1. The Neon Dreamer. Amir's Fatal Flaw. Let's jump back in time a bit, well before the sirens, the panic, and the system failure. Amir is a healthy, strong 25-year-old street hacker, and he has massive ambition. He constantly tells his friends over noodles in the lower levels, you know, one day I'm going to be the richest runner in this city. My digital fields will shine golden with success. People will come to me for advice, and I'll be respected everywhere. And you know what? Everyone in his circle really admires this massive ambition. But he has one fatal flaw in his operating system. To put it bluntly, Amir is lazy. While other runners wake up way before the sun to grind syntax, test 0 days, and secure networks, Amir just stays in bed. When others are doing the hard work, sweating over complex algorithms in these tiny, cramped apartments, Amir is basically sleeping in the metaphorical shade. If a network needs patching or secure data needs moving, his default response is always, I'll do it later. He absolutely loves imagining his ultimate success, dreaming of all that digital wealth and corporate takedowns, but he actively avoids the grueling hot sun of the hard work required to actually build it. Section 2. The 2 data drives. A powerful lesson. So one evening, an old, wise veteran hacker, a guy who basically serves as a hardened uncle figure to Amir, comes to visit his small apartment. The veteran looks at Amir's cyber deck. Now, the hardware is top tier. The setup is incredibly rich with potential, but the screens are completely blank. Nothing is running. No scripts, no daemons. He asks Amir why his deck is empty when he talks so much about golden success. Amir just laughs, waves a hand, and says, don't worry, I'll start tomorrow. Just wait and see. The veteran sighs. He's heard this tomorrow excuse way too many times on the streets, so he decides to teach Amir a powerful lesson. The veteran reaches deep into his heavy coat and pulls out 2 distinct pieces of hardware, presenting Amir with a truly life-altering choice. He places them heavily on the desk, the metal clinking against the glass, and looks him dead in the eye, telling him, these are not ordinary drives. The future of your deck and your entire life depends on which one you care for. In this brilliantly illustrates the gravity of the choice. Think of the first drive, the Ambition AI, kind of like a complex, evolving seed. It requires daily, grueling programming. It has a painfully slow yield at first, but, and this is a big but, if you water it with consistent effort, it's going to grow into a massive framework that builds immense wealth and provides ultimate security. But then there's the second drive, the AutoHack script. This is the laziness drive. It promises quick deployment, absolutely no effort required, and immediate gratification. But if you install it, it acts like a toxic weed, spreading this dangerous digital rot across your entire system, destroying everything else in its path. We need to define this clearly right now, because this really changes everything about how we view productivity and potential. Laziness isn't just sitting around passively doing nothing. It's not just chilling on the couch. Laziness is a self-replicating system virus. It grows on its own. It spreads quickly to corrupt your foundations and choke out your ambitions. It is an active, highly destructive malware. The veteran turns and leaves the apartment, telling Amir the choice of his future is now entirely in his own hands. Section 3. System corruption. Installing the drives. So Amir is sitting there looking at these 2 drives on his desk. Naturally, he thinks to himself, well, obviously I want success. I'll install the Ambition AI. But when morning comes, the glow of the city fades, and he feels a little tired. His old habit immediately picks in. He tells himself, you know what, I will install it tomorrow. Days pass. The drives just sit there gathering dust. Finally, out of pure boredom and just wanting a quick fix, he simply plugs both drives into his deck.
He tells himself he can always organize the files and take care of the heavy programming later. Right? Wrong. Let's look at the timeline of his digital rot, because it is tragically fast. On day 1, both drives are installed out of sheer boredom and then completely forgotten about. Fast forward to week 2. Amir's spending literally all his days sleeping, gossiping on encrypted runner forums, and simply dreaming about his future success. He isn't typing a single line of actual code. By week 4, the inevitable happens. The warning sirens start blaring, red lights strobe across his face. Total system corruption is discovered. Now, what's really interesting about this is how the malware behaved. The laziness autoscript didn't just sit there quietly in the background. It actively spread thick, malicious weeds across every single sector, completely choking the cyberdeck's processing power. Meanwhile, the ambition AI, the actual key to his grand dreams of taking down megacorps, is weak, fragmented, and basically starving from absolute zero maintenance. Amir frantically logs back in, only to find his entire dream on the absolute brink of permanent deletion. The veteran hacker returns to the apartment, looking silently at the glowing red screens of the corrupted system, and he delivers a harsh truth that cuts right to the core of Amir's failure. He says, "Ambition needs care and daily action, but laziness grows on its own. It spreads fast and destroys everything in its path. You want it to be great, but your laziness has already stolen your future." Amir falls to his knees. He reaches out and touches the dying ambition AI interface, and genuine tears fill his eyes. Section 4. The manual purge, deleting the malware. This is the turning point. For the first time, Amir realizes the brutal truth. Just dreaming about taking down megacorps is not going to write the code. Dreams are simply not enough to survive on the grid. Only grueling, relentless action keeps a dream alive. That night, he can't even sleep. He realizes if he doesn't change his operating system right now, this laziness virus is going to own him forever. Saving the cyberdeck requires a brutal, agonizing reboot. First, step 1, he wakes up before sunrise, fighting that massive urge to just stay in bed. Step 2, he has to manually delete the malware, line by grueling line. Guys, this isn't easy. It is a brutal physical and mental ordeal. His back aches, his eyes are burning, and his fingers are practically bleeding over the mechanical keyboard as he literally pulls these deep-rooted digital weeds from his system. And finally, step 3, he grinds the code to restore the core. He waters his ambition AI with pure, unfiltered effort. Section 5, booting up ambition. A massive reboot. The manual purge is successful, thankfully, but it's really just the beginning of the real work. Amir's entire mindset undergoes a massive reboot. He is no longer the lazy dreamer waiting for success to just fall into his lap. He now possesses a newfound, unrelenting dedication to feeding his ambition every single day, no matter how tired he feels. Let's move to Amir and see how this builds his future. Amir establishes a completely new syntax for his life. It involves daily code compilation. He is constantly watering that AI with effort, day in and day out, rain or shine. And most importantly, he absolutely refuses to delay his work until tomorrow. Slowly, over time, that small, fragile AI grows into a massive, powerful tool of wealth and security. Amir changes fundamentally. He defeats his own laziness and becomes exactly what he dreamed of, a legendary, widely respected hacker in his hub. Section 6, Code Your Own Future. Internal hardware. Now, I want to step out of the neon-lit streets for a second and pivot directly to you, the listener. Because Amir's cyberpunk journey isn't just a cool sci-fi story about a street hacker. It's a direct reflection of your own internal hardware and the choices you and I make every single morning. I want you to really think about this. Which drive are you installing today? Every single one of us holds these exact 2 drives inside our minds right now. We all have an ambition drive, fueled by our highest hopes, and we all have a laziness drive, fueled by comfort and delay. They are both plugged right into your personal operating system, just waiting to see which one gets the bandwidth. So the crucial point is this. Ambition grows only if you feed it daily with effort, discipline, and relentless action. Just like Amir watering his AI, your goals require a daily grind. You cannot just install the ambition drive, close your eyes, and expect it to run itself. It's not going to happen. It needs your energy, your focus, and your sweat every single day, or it starves. Because if you don't feed it, the other drive takes over. Laziness grows by itself, destroying your dreams in its path. If you keep saying tomorrow, those weeds of laziness are going to automatically replicate, spread across your hardware, and completely flatline your potential. It requires absolutely zero effort to fail. So I leave you with this final, critical question. Will you manually purge your laziness virus today, or will you let your dreams flatline tomorrow? Don't wait for the system failure sirens. Pull out those weeds, write your code, and take control of your system right now.